Alright, so I am here. I realized I had hit streaming instead of recording, so you missed the whole discussion about picking things. So we're taking a planter to Ottumwa, Iowa, from where we're at here. So you can see we've kind of got to go around the building. See what we can do here. Because I'm wondering if I can get around the edge. Thinking I probably cannot. I'm looking at the... maybe.
You have arrived at your destination.
Just not sure if there's really a path there. Because if there is, I'm thinking yeah, alright, cool. Because I'm thinking then I can just go by and back in instead of having to do all kinds of crazy gymnastics otherwise. Because, yeah, it's right there in between everything. Because, again, in this series, we're staying in the cab. So it gets a little bit more difficult. Whoops, what's going on? Why can't I, whoops. Why can't I look over? I don't like that. Yeah, this is not good. Why can't I? Normally this works fine. Alright. Figured out what happened. I had my iRacing settings set, and so I can't look as far, like I have things locked. Because obviously I'm not looking behind in iRacing, so I forgot the last time I used this, that's what I was doing, so. Took a little bit, so sorry for that confusion. But it's the Be My track. Well, it's actually Open Track that is where you set all those profiles up. And yeah, this is a little tight in here. I should hopefully be okay. I'll get myself in there. And then we'll get the planter picked up in a moment here, I'm sure. There we go. Alright. Turn off the engine, because obviously it's going to take a bit of time to load. 7:04 a.m. Actually pretty fast before we take off. So there's our planter. Because again, we want to make sure that we're set, and then we can just head on out here. And again, it's like 140. So I think I'm still like back and forth, because I'm like, I want to get the driver proficiency stuff in the driving academy done. I think that'll be, it's certainly going to be fun. I enjoy that challenge. Got that one I can't do. That's going to be saved for later, for the last thing. But,
right.
All right, so we're going to turn right. Whoops, I see a couple cars. Oh, more than a couple cars. Holy moly. It's a busy Thursday morning here in this area. I'd say Des Moines, but... Now, the one thing I was disappointed, there was a Des Moines route down to Ottumwa that would have kind of really taken me, I think, closer to actual Des Moines. I kind of joked in the thumbnail from the last one, the metropolis of Des Moines, and we're here on the outskirts, so we didn't really get anywhere. But that was, again, with a external contract, not the external market that lets me continue to use my trailer. Because otherwise, if I take one of those, I have to leave my trailer, and then I have to come back and get it or something, which is ridiculous, because then I'm just
Go straight.
driving empty, you know, bobtailing it to
Keep left.
go
And then
get
turn
things.
left.
Little dinosaur from Sinclair. Oh, we got a green.
Turn left.
So let's take advantage of that. All right. And then we're probably going to turn right here because we're heading east. But I guess let's stop first. It's pretty fancy. Big old Best Western. Little Rose. Interesting. I'm wondering if that says that on the building generally, and they've just replaced the sign above it per the real company's add-on. But, don't know. Because I don't know if this suburb of Des Moines, I guess we'd call it, is called Little Rose or what. You're really not going here? No, we're going the other way. All right. Because I'm facing a different way than I thought. All right. So we're going over here. I'm going south. I thought I was going north.
Right. And then exit right. Exit right.
All right. So just a couple miles. Obviously, we're kind of in city limits, so it's always that slower pace here. We're going to want to make sure all is good. Oh, some construction. Doesn't look like they're kind of off on the side, so maybe they're not working today or something. Not sure. Alright, we'll get our cruise set and move on down the line. So there's an Iowa billboard, which is interesting. Usually they have a different state showing up than the one you happen to be in, but not that time. So maybe they're just more random. And okay, so Des Moines itself is down there, but we're heading on I-80 toward Davenport. Keep right, huh? Okay. Oh, I see, because there's an exit for Minneapolis. So one of these days, you know, we might use that once they have Minnesota. And we're heading in that direction, but that is not part of the map right now. Not even been announced, actually, so. Which is fine, because we want to get the Dakotas before we get Minnesota. Otherwise, we'd have this hole in the middle, which would just become more and more irritating, because it's like, all right, I'm in Montana, I want to go to Minnesota, but now I need to drop down through Iowa and whatever, and take some crazy long route, because I don't have the things in between. I'm like, I thought I saw a United truck. I did. Pulling into that rest area over there. But yeah, we're already up to 34 miles. So now we're making some progress. So no new announcements that I've seen. Nothing specific. Not quite sure. Let's see. Whoops. No, I don't want to change that. Is it, trying to remember which one of these. There we go. Something gets rid of the display in the truck. I'm like, that must have been when it reset. Like, sometimes it'll do that. So I'm like, having the map twice just sometimes gets confusing. So I tend to turn off the display in the truck since I have that inset that makes it more obvious. I don't understand. I usually have like a backache this morning from, you know, kind of just the nature. It's the way it's always been. Like, I'll wake up and, you know, I'll have a little ache in my back from sleeping, you know. And as soon as I move up and around, it usually goes away, but it's been a few hours that I've been up and it's still lingering, so it's a little uncomfortable sitting here, and I gotta run out and do some stuff this morning, which has not got me a little worried, but guess I'll just be uncomfortable. So it'll be one of those days. Doesn't happen to me that often. I'm blessed that way, definitely grateful. Because I know there's some people who have, chronic pain all the time. That would be unpleasant and difficult. And, I'm sure I'll get there as my mature simmerness becomes more mature. But the longer we can stave that off, the happier I will be, for sure. So, looks like we're going to have a good portion of this that's going to be on some side roads. I better slow down because we're going to have...
Turn left.
Look at that. It's kind of the one stoplight town, but not really. Is he coming across here? No. Just making sure. Alright. Oh, okay, fine. I know. I waited a long time. Alright, just trying to turn far enough that I don't pose a danger to any of those vehicles. Alright, I think we're good. Albertsons, H&M, America's Mattress. Total small town, lots of stuff. And you gotta have a mattress store, right? They're everywhere. And we and one of our kids have this conversation once that there's too many mattress stores. They must be a front for drugs or something. So, keep that in mind if you're trying to open a mattress store, that people will start thinking that about you. Like, why is there another one of these? So, anyway, I see a Viewpoint.
And then go straight.
Keep right and go straight. Well, that's it looks like Ashkalusa or something.
Go straight.
I think is what it said. And again, little small towns, the speed limit's always really, really slow. It's like going through a school zone.
And then go straight.
Goodness gracious, I really want to make this light.
Go straight.
Oh, I'm going to be really bad, but I'm going to go over here.
And then go straight.
And because I'm not going to pass up a Viewpoint. I mean, sorry, I'm just not. So let's see. Yep, Oskaloosa. Well, that is a cool build, a cool square and whatever. A little gazebo in there. There were some towns where we lived in Ohio that kind of had setups like that. Not this big. This is actually a large space, but when you're out in Iowa and, smaller towns, looks like we got an Ace Hardware there across the street from us. Is there a bird? There are birds on his head, but I assume they're not part of the statue. I assume they just decide, no, they're not birds, they're feathers. I'm an idiot. Don't laugh at me. I do not think there would be a Whataburger in Iowa, but you never know. So it's there, here, we'll go with it. It's a pretty cool view between the buildings. Old church, another thing you would expect to see pretty regularly. In any kind of a small town. Sorry, I had my typical morning cough. If you've followed me at all, if I run these in the morning, sometimes the gunk in your throat just hasn't quite cleared out from the evening. Alright. So yeah, these guys are all like, what the heck are you doing? I can't see. I'm gonna assume I can go. Oh boy. Just don't want to hit anything. Alright, somehow I got out of there. So, it didn't cause me anything. Again, I'm going for the 2 weeks without an incident. Two game weeks now again. Which is going to be like 3 years in the in the real life. But no, not actually. But you know what I mean. Sometimes we can get multiple runs done in a day. And again, it's 8 days between episodes. Hey, it's a little Lowe's shed warehouse. But again, out here in rural Iowa, maybe that would be something they do. That's not they don't need anything really big.
Go straight.
All right, go straight. There's a lot of roads. Alright, so we're gonna do, yeah, this is also something that happens sometimes in rural land, but yeah, it's just because there's a roadway that comes up there, so to get over, we kind of need to do that. That's kind of cool. Oh, we're gonna actually join. I didn't realize we were actually joining up to this. I don't know if it's another interstate or what. No, it's just some roadways. I assume Iowa routes, state routes. I think we've got something stuck on the side, so I'm gonna move over just to avoid any problems. And now, of course, everybody's slow because of rubbernecking and all that and being careful. Now he's finally gonna go, thank goodness. Alright, Praxair. Liquefied petroleum gas is what it said on there. Alright, is he backing off yet? Not really. Some of it is I'm not at speed. I'm only going 52 because we hit the one hill in Iowa. Iowa's not that flat, but especially as you start getting closer to the Mississippi, it's going to get a little hillier and stuff like that. Just kind of the nature near the big river.
Keep right.
All right.
And then exit
I
right.
saw Ottumwa on the sign, so I'm like, I'm thinking I gotta go here. And I do.
Exit right.
But should be
Right.
kind of close.
And then turn right.
Alright, looks like 8 miles, so not very far at all. I was gonna say, is he not turning? Typical rural result where they think signals are optional, probably because there's fewer folks around. So they're like, yeah, who am I gonna signal to? But I don't know. I still like to use them, even though we're in a more rural area now and so forth. I just think it's more polite. People know what's happening.
Right. And then turn
You
right.
fixing a pothole or something? Oh, they're just looking at the manhole. Alright, so we're gonna turn right here.
Turn right.
Alright, so we've discovered 5 of 8 in the Hawkeye state. I don't know that I'm close enough to truly trigger the turn right on red thing, so I'm worried he's gonna get... Oh, come on, really? So there we go. Now we've blown our 2-week thing. Am I not? Was there a sign that I couldn't? Like, I should be able to turn right on red. So I don't understand what happened there. Maybe it's just a bad trigger on that intersection that somehow I wasn't far enough to the right. I don't know. It is a 4-way stop. I'm like trying to verify. There is a party going on there.
Turn left.
Look at that. Table and cover. I was gonna say
Turn
tent,
left.
but it's
And
not
then
really
turn
a
right.
it's not really a tent. Like here? This is confusing. Yeah, it's here somewhere. Alright, we're here with Tyson. Where are we dropping this thing? Inside the building? I don't see anything flashing. I am so confused. Where? Oh, okay. I should be able to just go around the building. It looks like there's enough room for that. You know there's going to be like some equipment or something parked there that's not going to let me, and then I'm going to be just really upset. No, I think we can do it. And again, this would be, you know, some might be like, well, this is not good because, you know, they're making it too easy. But in spaces like this in the Midwest where there's just a lot of open land, you would have really large, you know, places like this where you've got plenty of room to maneuver. So they wouldn't intentionally, because sometimes SCS will do things where they'll like park things around the yard strategically that just make it difficult. They clearly have not. Alright. Yes, I wasn't able to just...
You have arrived at your destination.
I wasn't able to just pull in, but... You know, we're close here. I just need to kind of see where things are. We'll get it going that way. There we go. And then we'll straighten out and get ourselves in and drop off this planter so that the Tyson people can plant chickens? I don't know. I mean, obviously they probably grow feed, although you'd think they'd have other farmers do that, but it's not, you know, a realistic world simulation, so we'll go with that. And we will unload here. Alright, what did we get? Well, we got a little challenging parking, but nothing crazy. So here we are. We've got Cruising Iowa, and we did get credit for Ottumwa, but you can see we've only got 4 out of 12. And I'm trying to remember, how long does this go for? They don't really normally, honestly... Oh, Sunday, September 14th. So we've got a month, which really would normally just be like 4 episodes, which means I wouldn't get there. So I'm going to have to decide if I'm going to press this or not. I don't know. I mean, I have a lot less time than I used to for simming. So it's just obviously causing challenges and, you know, content, not because I want it to, but just because I don't have a lot of extra time, is reverting back to a lot of golf and the flight sims I have to and trucking, and I'm really having little time to do much of anything else. So do apologize for folks who might have been happier with a lot more activity going on. Certainly trying to find ways to do that, but obviously, you know, life takes precedence and we do what we can. But as always, I've forgotten the call to action until the end, so if you would be so kind as to like and subscribe, it'd be greatly appreciated, and I will see you next time.